start the video off by scratching my head. Why not? But this is my 2020 Blu-ray collection. Probably at least 2 parts. So I got that stack and those 2 stacks back there. And then, I don't know if you can see them or not, but maybe you can see that right there, hopefully. But I got all of those Blu-rays as well. So, I'm guessing at least 2 parts. So, let's get started. I'm Aqualand. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button, also share with your friends if you don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or a comment in general. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. One of my favorite shows right here. I'm so glad Netflix allowed it to be physicalized, I guess is what you could say. Stranger Things Season 1 Blu-ray. The back is a little bit messed up. I had to tape it, but hey, it happens. It happens. I thought about rebuying it, but it's like, no, then I'll have to trash part of it just to get a replacement cover, and I don't really want to do that. Fantastic show, so I'm just going to keep it like this. I love this box. It is basically a VHS style box, and I love it. Oh look, a VHS tape. Even has Be Kind and Rewind, which is awesome. But I did a video opening that up and stuff like that. Next, of course, is Stranger Things 2, which continues the VHS style on Blu-ray. I love it. It's so cool. Cannot wait until they release Stranger Things 3 on Blu-ray. It should be happening. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but I just don't know when it's going to come out. But as soon as it do, I'll get it. Hopefully they'll continue that style with the VHS. A movie I still haven't watched yet, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller. I'm sure it good. I'm sure it is good because I remember watching the commercials of it and it thought it looked pretty good. Next is Ted Unrated. I've seen this one, but I haven't seen part 2, and I don't have part 2 yet. So there you go. And if you don't know already, which you probably do, the creator of Ted is the same creator of Family Guy. So, there you go. There's some education right there, but you probably already know that, so never mind about that. I'm probably going to get this collection replaced. An updated version came out with all 8 films, and of course we got a 9th film coming out now. But this is Saw the Complete Movie Collection, which is false advertisement. They came out with the 8th one, and then they're coming out for the 9th one, and probably going to do a 10th one too. So this is false advertisement. This is not the complete collection, which they came out with an updated version, like I said, and I do plan to get that, and I'll get rid of that one. Next is a double feature, Salvage, and that M word right there. Cannot pronounce that word, but it's a double feature. Next is Cloverfield Lane. Haven't watched it yet. Saw both of those, and I definitely, of course, seen Saw films, except for, even though I don't have Saw 8, I have seen it, even though it's not called Saw 8, it's called Jigsaw. Why not be technical? This was really good too, Piranha. And I want to get the sequel, which is titled Piranha 3DD. Christopher Lloyd stars in this, which is very interesting. Good movie. I think he also returns for the sequel. And I don't think I made any more after that. So, another movie I haven't seen yet. Shark Night. I bet it's a very biting experience. Oh no. Copyright from Jaws. Even though I don't have the Jaws films, but even though I didn't enjoy all the Jaws films, but I do love some of them, and I do want to get them eventually. A really good movie, Jennifer's Body, with Megan Fox. Really good movie. Highly recommend it, for sure. Let's see. Deadline. Haven't seen it. So, yeah. There you go. Looks like it should be good. I would imagine so. 300. I need to get the sequel, Rise of the Empire. That's the title of it. But I haven't even seen it yet, and I do want to get that. At least I have the first one. And a history fact, which you probably already know already, 300 is based off of a graphic novel of the same title. I think it's called 300, I think. Maybe. Really good movie. The Illusionist. Highly recommend it. Really good. And Edward Norton, he played as the Hulk one time in the Incredible Hulk film, which that film actually is part of the MCU, which is cool. So, another movie I have not seen, which I need to do an unboxing video also, which is connected to a TV show. I don't know how you use in Toric, it's like it's in and then the word Tor. I don't know. I know they did a TV show, and I think this has got the same actors back in the film. And like I said, I need to do an unboxing video of this eventually. Really good movie, which I think I heard or read somewhere they may be doing a sequel finally. We'll have to wait on that. But it's the Karate Kid reboot with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith, which is Will Smith's son. Really recommend this movie. It's so good. I don't know if we really do need a sequel or not, but if it happens, I would buy it and I would watch it. So I really enjoyed the originals though, but that one was good too. Thor Ragnarok. Really good movie. I need to get every single film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I do not have them all. Next is Black Panther. Another history fact. There's Michonne from The Walking Dead. Really good movie. And I also heard something about him, who plays as Black Panther. He may no longer be playing as Black Panther. I heard that from somewhere, and I hope that's not true, because that's terrible. That's really terrible. So, hopefully that's not true. Next is, well, this one's kind of backwards, but I'll go ahead and show it anyways. Avengers Age of Ultron. Really good movie. And this is what I mean by backwards. Marvel's Avengers. That was part 2. This is part 1. That's how you do it. You do it backwards. Really good movie. Next is another really good movie. Captain Marvel. Such a good movie. We finally got the origin story of Nick Fury, and it was kind of funny how he loses his eye. Really good movie. Ow. I did that because there's a cat in the film. Of course, why not? Ant-Man. Fantastic film. Don't have the sequel. Definitely don't have the third one, for sure. But they are making a third movie. Next is I wish they would have done a third one in this series, but they didn't. But I'm kind of glad now, because now we got a new actor playing as Spider-Man, and he's fantastic. And I'm not saying that Andrew Garfield was not fantastic, because he is. But Tom Holland is like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I do love these movies. These movies are really good. The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. I actually wouldn't mind going back and rewatching these movies. They're really good. It just kind of sucks how they left this one hanging, and I kind of wish they would have gone ahead and done the third film, and they were supposed to do a Sinister Six movie, because this movie kind of like hints at the start of the Sinister Six, and they were supposed to do that film, but I don't think that's going to happen now. I'm not sure about that, but I did enjoy these films. They're really good. Kind of sucks about the third one, but got Tom Holland now though. Venom, good movie. Can't wait until the sequel comes out. Yeah, that sequel of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, it's gonna be a good film. Can't wait for that one. This is X-Men and the Wolverine collection, which this collection is not complete. It has 2 movies in here that are X-Men but are not connected to this collection. So I need to get that fixed so the collection will be complete for real, just like the title. But awesome collection, because it pretty much comes with X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, and The Wolverine. So really good collection of films. Next is The Wolverine, but this is the extended edition, which would be the better version. Then I got X-Men Apocalypse. And then Deadpool. I need part 2, and I also need Once Upon a Deadpool, which I have not seen yet, which is basically a alternate cut of Deadpool 2, more family friendly. But the thing about it is, it's got brand new footage in it. So I can't wait to buy that and finally get to watch it. Next is the original OG Batman duo, Adam West and Burt Ward in the Batman the movie. Really, really good. Good movie. Next is Wonder Woman. Can't wait for Wonder Woman 1984. I believe it's the title of the sequel. It's gonna be good. Next is a movie that gets hate on a whole lot, but I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I have not seen this version yet. This is Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, because I think this version comes with kind of like an extended cut, basically. So as soon as I can, I'm going to watch this and see what other scenes they added to the film. But I enjoyed the film. I thought it was really good. And Ben Affleck as Batman, I thought he was pretty good. So it's going to be interesting to see how James Patterson, that's how you say his last name, as Batman. So can't wait for that. Next is the Dark Knight trilogy, the first installment, which stars Christian Bale. Fantastic films. Morgan Freeman also. Batman Begins. Really good. So good. The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger. Fantastic Joker, in my opinion. It's just sad how his career ended, but he will always be remembered as the Joker, and boy, did he do a fantastic job as the Joker. I remember that scene where he did that magic trick and he made the pencil disappear. Messed up. The Dark Knight Rises, the final installment in the trilogy. Good movie. Really good movie. Next is a hated on movie, but I enjoy it. I watch it every so often. Green Lantern extended cut. I think, if I remember correctly, Deadpool 2 actually made fun of this film in a funny way. But I have the movie. It gets hated on. I enjoy it, so there you go. This is not the first one, but the sequel, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. I enjoy these Fantastic films, and I wouldn't mind seeing the reboot, even though it sucked really bad, is what I've been told and heard. But I want to own it and watch it. Watchmen Director's Cut. I know they came out with a TV show. Haven't seen the show yet, but I love the film. Film was good. Next is Oz the Great and Powerful, which is a prequel pretty much to Wizard of Oz, which this is a really good movie, and I don't own the original on Blu-ray. I do own it on VHS, but I'm going to get it on Blu-ray someday. Next is an awesome film, and it also has an awesome sequel, in my opinion, Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp. And most people say these movies, the only best things about these films is Johnny Depp. I mean, I enjoy the films, so maybe that's just me. But Alice in Wonderland, really good. And then Alice Through the Looking Glass, the sequel. And what's sad about this one is this was Alan Rickman's, I believe, Alan Rickman's last film. And I think he finished this film pretty much so they were able to use his voice as the Caterpillar. And rest in peace, Alan Rickman. But he will always be remembered as Severus Snape from Harry Potter. Awesome actor. Cinderella. Good movie. Maleficent. I only have the first one. Need part 2. Seen both of them. Love both of them. So good. Next is The Jungle Book. And at some point in time, we're supposed to be getting a sequel to this. So hopefully that really does happen, because that was a good movie. Next is Beauty and the Beast. I don't think they'll ever make a sequel to this, even though the original film, I think it spanned 2 sequels. I think that's what you call them. But I don't think this one will get a sequel, but this was good. And another history fact, Belle is, of course, Emma Watson, aka always Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. I enjoyed that film. I thought it was really good. Pete's Dragon, another good one. The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, Keira Knightley, Morgan Freeman. Haven't seen it yet, but I did get this in a pickups video. I just haven't been able to watch any movies yet, but hopefully that will change pretty soon. Into the Woods, good movie. Musical, a lot of singing in it. Fantastic film though, really good. Next, I don't hear too many people talk about this movie all that much. I really enjoyed this film. The Legend of Tarzan. It is loosely based off of the original cartoon. It's kind of like a continuation, in my opinion. Kind of like it picks up when Tarzan is like in the real world, but even though in the cartoon he was in the real world, but then he returned back to the jungle. Pretty much almost like this one almost too. So I can't remember too much about this, but I know Samuel L. Jackson stars in it, and he's the hunter. Really, really good movie. And also the woman who plays as Harley Quinn. She's also in this film, and she's a fantastic Harley Quinn. Really loved her in Suicide Squad, which I don't own this film. I don't own that film. I want to get the extended cut on Blu-ray, and I also want to get Birds of Prey, which I have not seen yet. Snow White and the Huntsman. History. Kristen Stewart messed up in this film with the director. So when they did the sequel / prequel in the next movie, she couldn't be in it. But they had her in the film, but you couldn't tell who it was. And this also stars Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor. Fantastic movie. I just hate that situation happened. I won't go into details what it is, but if you heard about it, you know what happened. But those movies are good. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I do have the first two as well, but they're not on Blu-ray. I will get them replaced on Blu-ray. I can't wait to see what Netflix does with this, since they have the rights to all 7 books. So that's going to be very interesting to see what they do with this series. But good movies. And this is a collector set that I got from a store called Movie Stop, which is no longer in business, which is sad. But this is an awesome set. Next is some movies that some people don't like as much as the other trilogy. So I'm going to show it off. This is the Hobbit Extended Edition trilogy. I love these films. They did a fantastic job bringing back some of the original actors from the other trilogy back for this one as their same characters and all that. Not all of them, though. It's just like certain actors return. But I loved this trilogy. And I also loved the trilogy that started everything but has a connection to that one. And that's the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition trilogy. These sets right here are awesome. I love these sets. So cool. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Funny movie. It's hilarious. With John Candy and Steve Martin. Classic film, have not seen. A League of Their Own with Tom Hanks and Madonna and Gina Davis. Have not seen it yet. We'll watch it someday though. I heard that it's really, really good. Airport, another classic film. Have not seen it yet. Next is Every Which Way But Loose, Clint Eastwood. And I think this is the first one, or this might be the sequel, because I think the other one is called Anyway But Loose. I can't remember. The titles are very similar to each other for the first one and the sequel. But these movies are really good. Paper Towns, haven't seen it yet, but I do want to watch it. 16 Candles, haven't watched it yet, but I do want to. Another classic film, of course, Every Which Way But Loose is a classic film. I think the sequel is Any Which Way But Loose, I think is the sequel. Yeah, I think so. Return to Nim's Island, this is the sequel, haven't seen the first one yet. And this one stars Bindi Irwin. And what I found out was the sequel was a different girl. So, that kind of sucks. But I'll definitely check out both of them. Don't have the first one though, just the sequel. Breakfast Club. Classic film. Love this film. Highly recommend it. Really good. Christmas Story. Another classic film. Fantastic. Not just for Christmas. You can watch it anytime, in my opinion. But it's probably preferred to watch it during Christmas, though. You'll shoot your eye out, I tell you. Another classic film, Home Alone. I only have the first one only. Part 2, in my opinion, was the best, but the first one's also good, too. And, of course, they have other sequels, but don't really recommend those ones. It's not the same Kevin. Christmas Vacation, another classic film. Really messed up. It's hilarious. Next is a sequel film, which I don't have the original. And this one is Tooth Fairy 2. Haven't seen it. Saw the original. I believe the first one starred The Rock, which is hilarious. But I'm sure that one's good too. Next is a sequel to the original of another film. This one stars Larry the Cable Guy, and the first one starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fantastic film. This one, in my opinion, is not as good as the original. It's okay. That's what it is. It's okay. Next is, I'm not sure if this is the first one or not, but this is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days. I think the original is just Diary of the Wimpy Kid, so this is either the second film or the third film. I think they made 3 movies. So I have one of them. I saw the commercials for all 3 of them. They're so funny. Mall Cop, the first one. There's a second one too. I enjoyed both of them, but I only got the first one. Next is a classic film, the one that started it all, and that's Jumanji with Robin Williams. Rest in peace, man. Fantastic film. And of course they were back in the day before the sequel came out, they were trying to make it be a reboot, but then they just came out and said it's going to be a sequel, so I gotta get Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle and Jumanji The Next Level. I gotta get those. Next is a classic film, and this is part 2, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. I need the first one, but I did get, I think this is kind of like a sequel, I believe, but I kind of in between of the first one and the second one, and that's The Lion King 1.5, which is focused on Timon and Pumbaa. This one's funny. Next, some more classic movies. Lady and the Tramp, iconic scene. They also made this film into live action on Disney Plus. Fantastic film, highly recommend it. So good. Plus, the sequel, which I never got to watch yet, Lady and the Tramp 2. I don't know how to say that name. Adventure. Must be his name. Next, another classic film, Bambi, which they came out with Bambi 2, but I only have this one. Another, it's not a classic film, but it can be though. And that is Finding Dory, which I don't have Finding Nemo, and I need to get it to complete the collection. Good movie. And Ellen DeGeneres, I believe that's what her name is, voices Dory. The Secret Life of Pets. I only have the first one, need part 2. Haven't watched it yet. The commercials are hilarious. Monsters University, which is a prequel to the original. I have the original VHS, need to rebuy it on Blu-ray. Such a good movie. Next is Coco. Really good. Really good movie. Last 2 for part 1. Next is Epic. And this really is an epic movie. Not just because of the title. It really is good. Epically good. And speaking of Up. And that's it for this video. So hopefully you'll look forward to part 2, because I'm sure part 2 is going to be really up there. Yes, I did that. Alright. Thanks so much. Alright.